Hello. It's so weird being on by myself. And of course, once I started, nothing wanted to work. Hi, Patty. It's during the day. I don't know who is going to be able to join me, but I just wanted to come on and say hello. Yes, there I am, right? Oh, just said goodbye to my company and went to go on. And of course, nothing wanted to work. That just happens. I hope you're feeling better, Patty. So, for anybody that is new, welcome, welcome. I don't do very many lives. So, I just wanted to show what I was doing. I'm sure if some people may catch this later on the recording. It's just collaging using some lovely papers. And those of you that don't know, hi, Robin, that don't know Patty. I just wanted to show she doesn't know I'm doing this. Showing you just some of the prints that she makes. Lovely, lovely prints. And she sells antiques and vintage ephemera. I just had a question the other day come on my channel. Somebody asking, where do I find all my lovely things at? And that would be at Patty Lang's Secret Mementos on YouTube. Live sales Monday and Thursdays. And I do mod once in a while for Patty, and I did leave a link. I dropped a link in the description box below. But look at how beautiful, right? These are just some of them that I will be using soon. And it's just prints, prints, and prints. Aren't these pretty? Aren't these gorgeous? If I can get it long enough. There we go. Some of the glare is off on it. Super pretty. So right now I'm taking these old books because I have to do grungy now because I just did whimsy. And a few of my whimsies are still available in my Etsy shop. It is a sale going on. And I know, look at Patty's going to yell at me because I'm covering the beautiful marble papers up, but that's okay. It was peeling so much. And I really wanted to make these very sturdy. So I'm not done collaging on that. And I said in the chat that, oh, it should come today, Robin. Thank you again. Are you saying happy birthday to me? Oh, it's your birthday, Robin. Hey, we're very close. Mine was the 21st. Happy birthday, Robin. I don't have confetti. I don't have the fun stuff Patty does. Oh, yeah, please, craft. Here, how's this? Confetti. Woo! Oh, I know, right? Oh, that was pretty pathetic. Anyway, I wanted to show what I was going to do. Like, I had somebody comment on a journal that I made with this actual cover. It was an old Victorian book, and I love the McLaughlin brothers. And I did have another one. So I just covered this with some matte medium. And I did a book within a book. And I actually found the graphic free of charge for the other book because I opened it up and I had another book that was attached to the inside cover, and I'm going to do the same thing. But I just collaged this and just well, I can't look what I grabbed. These are for beading. If anybody ever wants to get a oh, it's starting to rain. A split ring open. This is like the greatest tool ever. But it doesn't work for scissors. So just so you know, little come back for more tips. Anyway, this dried, so isn't this a gore? Yeah, it's a really pretty cover. And this is just going to be all Victorian. I've got so many projects in the works, but I just had to start this here. Doing this just gets my mojo going, you know, especially after coming off of making those other ones. My niece was here. I was just showing her the ones that I have left. I sold another one of the whimsy ones yesterday, and I just like getting it together. And it looked different from when she had last seen my progress with them. So she likes them very much. But I really like the color that's going on in this. And of course, I will do layers of gesso and just bring out, you know, it'll be all muted at that point because that's what I like to do. But I'm working on that. And this one I pulled out of my stash. I moved about 8 months ago, so I was still going through ones that I had started. And this one I was going to make it a personal art journal, but I already have one that I'm, you know, have no time for. But this one's actually going to be a journal for sale, and I'm just going to do a whole journal of just fantasy things. And I don't know if you can see all the layers of collage in the background, and then the micro beads. And it's not glitter, but it's the diamond. What do they call it? The diamond dust and micro beads. So it's clear. And then this is a couple different digitals, but this one here I printed on vellum. And I made it puffy, so you can't really tell on camera, but it puffs out. And this girl, I'm going to have to glue her down here. I had to fill it, so now I'm going to glue that down here. But I just loved it. And then I added these wings to it. And I think just along the wings, I'm going to add just a littlest bit of something and not overdo them. I think it's pretty the way it is. So this, I just have a lot of mixed media paper and thicker paper. And of course I support my spines, some book cloth in there in different spots. And I'm like, I don't know where this came from. I haven't seen it in so long. And then I got these two random envelope pocket things, but I'm going to have fun decorating this. I started to collage. Did you ever do that? Pull something out and go? I just didn't even remember where I was in this journal. So I've got a lot of white space, but a lot of it can take some watercolor and different mediums. So I think I'm going to have a blast with that one. So there's that going on. And I just wanted to, let me show you this one. This is one that I started not too long ago. So this is a canvas material, and I like using that for spines now. I did some stenciling on it, and I added some gold gilding polish. I have holes there and holes here. So my thought is to string like a corset, but not to keep it, you know what I mean? Not to keep it together. Look how grubby that is. Oh, I love that. But just to give that look in the spine. So, I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to think about doing that. So the signatures will be sewn in here, but just for design purposes. I'm going to do some lace and stuff. Hey, Maggie. But look at that cover. Isn't she pretty? And a lot of times these books, the picture is really chipped and worn, but she's in really good shape. So that's what I'm starting to do in here. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to keep at least this part of the cover, the inside cover page. So I just got my signatures together and working with them. I just did all my inside binding. This just has some little muslin I added there and some ledger page. These are French. Hey, Joanne. Welcome, welcome. And this, I believe, is from Triple V. think this is Vern's from her Etsy shop. But I have that going on, but I'm going to have super fun with this. So a lot of projects, started, and I wanted to show this one. Now, I know some people have seen, it's this book, and I was a part of the first one with my fairy houses. And I know I have some people that follow me just for my fairy stuff, so I didn't forget. I am going to move forward with that as well. But this is from like 4 years ago when I first submitted my work, and I was just asked to be in the second one, and I didn't do fairy houses at that point any longer. But I said I did journals with fairy theme. So then I'm like, okay, I have the book. If you get I get nothing for any of the purchases of this book or anything, but I'm just, glad to be a part of it. So I want to show you what I found in my box. I have this exact house, and the carriage. In fact, it's still kind of smashed up. Yeah, I'm glad you're feeling better, Patty. So this is the little carriage that I made. And obviously I didn't finish it. Oh, that must be the light. You see that? I don't know if I'm gluing that onto the, oh no, that was the top. I'm going to glue that to the top. And there's little seats in the little fairy carriage. And that goes with the journal. So that is in the picture right here. So isn't that cute? And on a stable surface. Might get it to stand. I know my other ones did, because that's why I put the wood on the bottom. Other ones did there. You see, there you go. That I did with the houses. And then this is the castle. Now, I usually, when I made my fairy houses, I used a clay, and it's just a recipe for this really good paper clay. And if anyone wants it, I can try to find the recipe for it. This here is actually, see how tough it is too? This is, I believe it's medium. I haven't done it in a little while. I made something similar in a cover, but, and look at it, it's sari ribbon, you guys. So really any material that can harden like that. Now, obviously I put, matte medium over it, and it would take the deeper colors, and you can paint it. And I use some gilding polishes there in different tones. Let me zoom out just a little bit if I can. There we go. So here, and I'm like, I don't even know if the fairies are sitting in it. Then I remembered I made this little hatch. And let me open the door, and the door comes down, and it's like a little gate. Can you see her in there? She's different than my other fairies and dolls, but she's got her own little spot in there. And here she is. She's a fairy princess, of course, because she's in a castle. I don't know if you can get a clear view of her. But she's kind of cute. She's got pinkish hair and pink outfit, and she's holding like a little ball. So, yeah. So she goes in there. I'll put her back in there. And then on the, oh, look at it. It's catching like the purple and the different tones. Isn't that pretty on the spine? And that, you can see the metallics. And this is a book cover. And can't really make it out, but it's a tunnel down there. And I wanted that to be like water. So I'm hoping it gets it. And then you see this spot right here? I put a fairy in there, and for the picture, they didn't get the back in the book, but she snuggles in there. So I'm going to put a little something around her to hold her in a little bit better. But she did at one point fit in there, and she's got the littlest little bauble on top of her head and stuff. But she's kind of cute. She's got greenish blue hair. and her wings are up high. But she was kind of cute. So I'm going to be working on her with the little carriage, and probably make a few more fairies once I'm done. The tops are just mossed wire with some flour. And this is basically what I did for different leaves for my fairy house tops. I would use different foliage and stuff like that for the roof and just pack it in with moss and stuff. So inside's just black gesso, a nice thick black gesso. And I guess I put signatures together in some way, or at least started to collect them. So yeah, I'm gonna have fun. I'm gonna get all these projects to do, but I just thought it's neat, and maybe I'll give one of the books to whoever buys this once I'm finished with it. But yeah, I mean, this is pretty stiff. So if you ever think about making any kind of, you make an armature of whatever you have, paper mache or whatever, there's actual notches cut out here. And if you look at the first book with the fairy houses in it, you'll see I did something similar in a big bridal castle with doves flying, and it was just crazy. But yeah, that's so much fun to make stuff like that. So that's what I'm working on for that. What about you guys? What projects are you doing? Are you crafting yet, Robin? Are you working on something? See, this is the ribbon that I use, the sari silk. And it's just thin, and you can use any color. But like I said, the paper clay is pretty cool too. I better put my fairies in the little carriage before they go running off, flying off. And the top. That's just an acorn cap, which comes in super, super handy. I think that's cute for a top. And this is just wired leaf that I've wound around the mossed wire. Pam came up to the limping side. Oh, okay. Anyway, just hanging out. This gets me back into the mode of, I'm crooked, aren't I? Back into the mode of creating, since I've been in whimsy world for a long time. It takes weeks sometimes just to get going and getting something finished. I'm a sloppy collage person. I know it. I own it. Got no problem with that. I put so much gesso and stuff over it anyway. I still want it to look good, but I've been grabbing things because sometimes you look at journals and I'm sick of looking at my same stuff that I have, but I grabbed like a bunch of stuff. I buy the old Victoria magazines, and you can really find some cool images. And if you're using them for collage, especially with me putting the gesso and stuff over it, and you can just see hints of it at that point, got some really pretty pictures from, and it's, very very cool to just sit there, and I don't fussy cut, but I can cut out a picture. That's easier for me. Threw a book in there. Get all that nice color. I really like doing that. So this will be my grubby, grungy one, but it doesn't mean you can't have little pretty things in there too. So anything else going on? And Robin, just so you know, I don't know if you saw an email or whatever, but because I knew I was having a sale in my shop on my Whimsy stuff, that I made sure that I gave you that discount back. Just letting you know, just in case. I know I would hate that, just buy something and then, a couple days later you see it on sale. It's like, ah. Ah! Oh boy. Gotta close that out quick. Now, who is Palm? Is it Palm? Am I saying it right? Oh, yeah, that's fine. No, not saying it for you to thank me. I just wanted to make sure you knew. I don't want anyone feeling like that. And I'm probably going to keep them for sale. I probably did list them a little higher than I should have, but that's okay. I spent a lot of time in it, and sometimes you get like a little overwhelmed, but just the same thing, that if I have to keep them, I will give them. Oh, and your dog, cool. I'm willing to keep whatever I make and sell it. And if something doesn't sell, I'm going to keep them, give them as presents. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. And I think there was an Alyssa that purchased one yesterday. And if you're watching, Alyssa, thank you for that. And it's going out tomorrow. Maggie, I saw your recent video. I like what you're doing with that. And I like that it's going to be a few different videos before you complete it. That's good. I don't know. I'm thinking of this here. And then if it ends up being too blue, but I don't know. I don't know why that I don't use blue that often at all. But a lot of the papers that I have are blue. When it prints that Patty does. Look at that. Look at how pretty. So like, how can I not be into blue? So look at that. Look at how pretty. Boy, that really does come clear through the camera, doesn't it? That's nice. So even if I use some of it for just collage or background on the cover, my thought is to do the book in the book again. I'm going to do it for the big Victorian one, but I've got these old book board from a book, so I think I'm going to end up doing it, I thought, on top, which look at, yeah. Isn't that cool? This is a French book that I purchased from Patty, but I think I'm going to do like a swing type thing, and it's going to open, and then, okay. And then this here on the back, and make it more of a pocket type thing. Thank you, Maggie. Appreciate you taking care of that. And I will keep this part open to put some material there for the spine. I used to, and I still do sometimes, make a harder spine, but I really like the flexibility of using material and canvas for the spine. And the hair is not included. Anybody else miss being on last night with Patty and Maggie and the gang? It's just so weird, right? The week just goes by. Hi, Michelle. I think I'm going to go with that instead of the blue. It's the color tones that I want to stay with. Okay, Maggie. Grab some crafting stuff. Join in. Oh, this was a twofer. I could have used either side. See, that's pretty too, the blue. I think, I don't know why my mind's already on fall and autumn. Do I have that upside down? I don't know. It could probably go either way, right? That, yeah. Well, that looks fine to me. Yeah. You know, Michelle, I was you were on my mind the other day because it's been a while. I think maybe last year. Remember when you were doing those kits? Was that last year or 2 years ago? When it was the ruffle from your I think it was from your grandmother's quilt, the white. It is hard to find stuff like that. You know, the cotton that has that just that little bit of it had a little bit of, the old look to it, and it was just nice. But I think I found some baby clothes or doll clothing, and it had some really great stuff. I'm like, oh, isn't it horrible? I look at stuff like that and go, I can't wait to cut it up. But I think it's going to go really well with the Victorian one. Like a ruffle like that. Not to make it too kiddish. I'm just going to do, just Victorian stuff with it. Because I kind of did those doll ones and they're a little young. Was it 2 years ago? Oh yeah. Yep. It's not very easy to find. Everybody's got the eyelet stuff, but I've got enough of that, and it just doesn't give it the same look. I don't think. Can't find my big scissors right now, so I don't like to cut glue with my little bee scissors. I don't know if you can hear it. I've got a little fan going. It's under my feet. Just have a mini fan. It just helps dry things so much quicker for me because I'm very impatient. And that's just the first layer until I get going. Did I do that upside down? No. Yes. There we go. Like that. So I'm going to put that underneath here and let it dry. Oh, yeah. I've bypassed fall. This is Joanne. I've bypassed fall and autumn. I can read it better this way. Can't wait to get out of the yard and back to creating Christmas ornaments. Yeah, your ornaments are really phenomenal, Joanne. They are. Yeah. I see them more on Instagram. I don't know why it seems to come up first for me before Facebook. Yeah, and your other work too, Joanne. It's really pretty. It's so nice to be able to be supportive of everybody's stuff, isn't it? And there's such a vast difference of what people do. One spectrum to the next. Everybody has their own little different thing. Maybe I'll start the gesso on my bigger one. Again, look at this. See, another one of prints that I got from Patty. It is Sacred Mementos on YouTube Mondays and Thursdays. Link in the description box below. Right? PSA? This is my go-to palette knife. I have multiples, and they all do the different, different jobs. But this shape seems to be my favorite. And I will use a different brush. I know a lot of people can use, that use this kind of collaging and just leaving it, and that's really pretty, but I don't know. I'm just like gesso, I suppose. Nice if I had my paper towel handy. I think I do. Hang on. Oh yeah, Patty and Esme's group. Yeah, I don't know. I just remember seeing your stuff on Instagram more so than other places. But I'm sure you put it everywhere. So this is the other cover that I made. That we're using that same technique. This is just a trim one, but it gives me a lot of flexibility in the spine. And then when you open it, it likes to sit nice and flat. I haven't done the inside yet. That's just some canvas. And I'll probably end up painting it, putting another layer on top. And definitely going to be more of the woodland fairy theme. It's pretty hard. Try to make a little knot in that too, so it looks like a tree trunk. So yeah, lots of projects. I still haven't done my Little Women one that I want to do too. I'll get to it. Sometimes it's just whatever you're in the mood for. Right? So whoever's got an Etsy shop or any way that you sell your work, just let us know. I don't mind putting that in a link in the chat box. I don't know about you guys, but it's been kind of rainy, but it's super humid. So when it doesn't rain, it's almost worse because it's that impending doom of rain that just kind of sits in the air. But I try to keep my place kind of closed up because it keeps it cooler. Doesn't make that air conditioning work very, too hard. Just added 6 new sets of pens to my Etsy shop last 2 days. Ooh. If Patty, you or Maggie, if you can grab a link to Robin's, we can throw that in there. And even for anybody that comes and watches this later, they might want to see. Robin, you make pens for journals, right? With the beads and stuff on top. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all right. I can grab it, I think. Yeah, Robin, put the name of the Etsy shop. Oh, and Dangles, yeah. Maggie, throw your YouTube channel up there as well. And patties, that would be great. I do have patties in the description box. And you know what? I'm liking it so far. I think I need my water. Hang on. Second chance crafting. Okay. I do have my coffee. I had hot coffee this morning, and this is just an iced coffee. I put iced coffee and a protein shake. This one, I believe, is cake batter protein shake. Mix that with a little bit of any syrup, and it's great. Protein iced coffee. Sometimes I'll do the frozen one. I have a little, it's kind of like a Ninja Bullet, but just an off brand, and do single protein shakes like that with little skinny syrup flavoring. I like the architect on that. Isn't that cool? All right, I'm going to let this first layer dry. Let me add just a little bit to this. There we go. And your YouTube channel, Maggie. So far, I might do a little bit more on that, but I'm always going to add some kind of lace or pocket or even a little book. I don't know. I've just been thinking about that lately, how I did the book inside of the cover. So I think I'm going to do a little journal attached to this one. So put that by my fan. There we go. Yeah, I didn't know how it was going to be. I know a lot of people are at work. It's a Tuesday. All right, friends can hang out at any day, right? I believe this is a shampoo. I think it went well with the Victorian kind of thing. I want that flower to show a little bit more. I'm out of wipes. You know, I usually get wipes at a local, it's not a Dollar Tree, but it is a dollar type store locally, and it's a really good one. And I went in the other day after I babysit I don't know if you call it babysitting, but my grandkids, and I went in and I got a couple of things I needed. I think some kind of tape and something else. And I got in my car and I got home. I'm like, oh, I went in there for wipes. I didn't even get wipes or the paper towel because I go through so much of it. Oh, that just, yeah, that's me. That's pretty much sums up my days. Yep, go in there. Didn't even get what I wanted. Here, let me. So these colors do remind, I don't know why, but like this aqua and pink, I just love it together. Yeah, I use baby wipes for everything. You know, look at my hands are pretty bad. Just using them for this kind of thing on actual product, but just to clean up, and it's so much cheaper to go through it. And I like the thinner paper towel that you get from there as well. It just it helps when you're going through so much of it. So yeah, those are the colors, and you can see where I kind of went with that. This is one of them that I just finished. If nobody has seen it, but I do have a video for it. But I am going to make some more of these. This was super fun. Do you see how it's got the pages in it too? I used to make even smaller ones than this for my fairy houses, and I would put a book typically in every single one. And I just hardened the paper straw, but the straw itself, and I like how it looped around. Of course, I don't like it how it catches on that. There we go. But I made it harder so it wouldn't crunch when you folded it up. But the little beads and stuff like that. But I love the digital pixie dust files. This was, I think, her doll thing. But it's got, I don't know if you can see that, little butterflies on it. And the diamond dust as well on there. But I love doing the little tiny stuff like that. So of course, since I left the miniature type world, that was a big community too, and it still is, I'm sure. But I just need to go and revisit that. So I still have so many little tiny things. And now when I look at stuff and with the price of like supplies for that kind of stuff, it's just amazing. But you can shrink anything into, miniature size. Now this has the little, yeah, I fussy cutted this. Do you hear the blood that was shed for that? Because yeah, it's not my favorite thing to do, so that's why I laugh about it. I did bleed, by the way. That's why I'm saying that, because I cut myself quite a bit. But the little puffiness in the windows and stuff like that. But look, this is my favorite thing. Look at how tiny you can shrink anything, to make it super small like that. But the small stuff like that is so much fun to play with. Anyway, I'm going to put her aside. I was going to name them, but I let somebody else do that. So what are we at? 3:30. Okay, 10 more minutes or so. Thanks, you guys, for joining me. It's no fun being by myself. I think I did a live. Well, I did one with my nieces when I still lived north and in the woods. And that was fun to do it with them, my great nieces. But one I did, and Louise was the only one to come in. It was just during the day, like a random. I joked with Patty today. I'm like, yeah, so I'm going to do a series on watching paint dry and watching water boil and all that, just because I have to make it a joke. When you're not used to seeing people go live, you don't really look for it either. But I like doing it. I will like doing it. When other people are around, we can talk about other people, which is always nice. So these are a little tricky. This old of a, I'm going to put a white coat over that. When you're using books from the 1800s and stuff, because they are so brittle, it does give it a little extra support when you collage, And look at that. I like the back. Look at that back page. Isn't that pretty? I'll probably put one single thing right there in the center to bring the colors together. But for this, I can't do the hole punch for the closure. I did that on a book before, and I did it near the very end of its completion. And that was a nightmare because the whole thing like broke apart on me. So yeah, I mean, that's how you learn, right? I shouldn't have tried that anyway. But I like doing the clip, and I think I'm going to try that. Just doing a clip closure with a chain or a ribbon. What are you jinxing about? Yeah, tiny stuff is always so cute. And there's a whole world for that, you know? There's people that collect that kind of stuff, and I've got little plates and little things, and I've got a whole story, of course, like I did with my one of my first of the journal things, because I always put a story with the fairy houses that I made. I know it's probably weird, but that's just how I think. And so I do have a whole story about the next bigger fairy journal. Not this one. This one that I showed you, the castle one. You know, that's already got its own story. You know, that's already got like a very you know, they're all magical, but so yeah, got to keep those stories going in my head. No, that's not definitely not cheating to get inspired by other people. I will literally take a like if I see something on Instagram or so, I'll take a little screenshot and I put it just in a folder for inspiration for me, just to you know gather and not doing what they do because that's copying. I not to do that, but to just get inspired by their creativity. It doesn't even have to be journals. It could just be anything. And you know there's ornament people out there, and there's you know people who just have such enormous talent. I follow some art different artists on Instagram and stuff, and it really does just get the juices flowing. But you all inspire me, that's for sure, and what you do. That's why it's so important to put it up in our group. You know, on camera, this is looking a little darker than I wanted. I like that date showing. Yeah, I think I'm gonna let it dry. It's the first draft of it, and then I'll just go over and figure out what else I wanted to add. Add either just or two, or even another picture. But I think I have enough emphasis on my little focal point there, and definitely be adding pockets and different things on it. Does it look cute? I hope so. I like the bear. I don't know. Even though it's not going to be like a, doesn't have to be a child's one to have bear, right? I'm just going to loosely show it. There we go. Thank you. Thanks. Good thing I have like the plastic down underneath my chair. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And yeah, I'm just going to show you some of the other things. I mean, talk about inspiration. I'm going to frame one of it. I'm going to frame this and put it up on my wall, and just really, I just love that so much. I can't even tell you. I am a, you know, not a minimalist by any means. I mean, I've cut down on the stuff that I have. Um, but when it comes to being inspired and comes to decorating, I do like things, you know, everywhere type things that I really enjoy and like, not junk in the corners, but look at that wall. Come on. And that shelf. Isn't that pretty? Now this is again a print from Secret Mementos. And I like the gloss. I don't mind it. Let's put it that way. You can put matte medium over it or whatever. I won't if I'm framing it anyway. But look at that one. I mean, you could do a whole journal, right? This could be the cover of a whole journal. Definitely. What else is in this? Oh, look at that. Very cool. Nice neutral tones. Yeah, this one. Yeah. Um, oh, you mean the pink ones to make a writing board out of it? Yeah, I mean, it's pretty big. right? Yeah, 10.5 or so by 8, 10.5 by 8. It's gonna make a nice sized journal. Let me show you the image for the inside real quick before we go. So I had the book in the last one that I used this cover for. So I had in the pages of this one, even though the cover is a little bit more grungier than the last one I had of this. Oh, look at, I just got just one there. Do I care? No. Anyway, but the inside pages are actually, not perfect, but really a lot more sturdy than the last one. So this is, it didn't have the La Recreation on there, but I had a book and it said Merry Times on the top of it, and I should have scanned it because it was out of copyright, and I should have, but this was public domain. I think I got this one. I found one, but this one was better. This one was freebie and free to use from Graphic Fairy. So I just think, and what do you call these? Does somebody know? I forgot. Not Meg Staff, but something like that. And I just did it in different sizes because I'm going to make a mini book with it. And I think I'm going to do, I think I might do this size or a little bit smaller and put it on a board on the inside. Probably, I think I did that size last time, but I think I wanted a little smaller. Maypole, yeah, that's what it is. And I think I'll do this one. So there'd be a ribbon around the bottom, and then I would make it a book or a journal with just, blank writing paper that can be opened up, and I just think it would look cool. I liked last time. I'm going to make it a little bit different though, because each time, and it was so many years ago that I posted that one, it'll be fun to, go back and do something a little different with this one. Okay, get these out of the way before I ruin them. Okay. Well, thanks for hanging out with me, you guys. And there's links in the description box for anyone that wants to know more information about my work or Etsy shop. Check out the link for Robin. I'm going to put a link to yours and Maggie's YouTube or whatever in the description box as well. And have a great day, you guys. Thanks for joining me. Thank you, mods. Thanks. Hope it wasn't too boring for you. Bye.